Alright, so what I have here is the DLXTRMC. It's the round version. There's also an oval version. Works very similar to the DLITMC. So it's a tricolor light. We've got, in this particular one, we have white, red, and amber. On the DLIT, there's 3 enable wires, and on this one there are 4 enable wires. The 4th enable wire is dedicated to a cruise function, or in the stop, tell, turn version of this, it is the tail version, tail mode. So it's a dim, steady burn function. One of the big upgrades with this is the ability to control it remotely. So you can control this, put it into steady burn mode without any extra hardware, and flash it from 80 hertz up to 400 hertz, and that way you can flash with an external flasher. It also allows it to be flashed by the stop, tell, turn module on a vehicle. So this is programmable with the standard but updated version of our app. So the updated version just has a pull down. The DLITs are all on top here, and then you scroll down a little further and you get DLXT. DLXTRAW is what I have here. So the black wire, you can see I'm in steady burn mode. The green wire, I'm in flashing mode. And the red wire, I am in flicker mode. If you go to the preview, it also has this green tail light on here as a wire. It's not going to do anything unless the other wires are disabled, because it's the lowest priority. So if I scroll back here to my programming mode, so there's a new feature in the DLXT called Override Flash, and that's going to allow you to have priority levels for patterns 1 through 10. So it's going to allow priority 2, which is your yellow with green wire, to override yellow with red. In the past, and by default in this light, if you turn on, say for example, level 2 is amber and level 1 is red. If I turn them both on at the same time, I get amber and red flashing at the same time. So if I put on my override flash and have the same thing, I'm going to have to program this. One thing to point out, there is a little raised nub here where the programming sensor is, so that helps you to define where you're pointing here. So I'm going to turn on my lights, put it in program mode, aim, press send. Okay, flash back at me. So what you see is level 1 is red, level 2 is amber. If I put them both on at the same time, I get only amber, because level 2 is overriding. Level 3 I also programmed in here is white flashing. If I put level 2 on, level 1 on, and then level 3 on, you can see that white is overriding all those previous colors. So that's what override flash does. 2 additional patterns, double phase 1, double phase 2, and what that accomplishes is you're going to have one of them set for phase 1, one set for phase 2, ideally, is you're going to get a tricolor light which alternates between the 2 lights. So it goes red, white, amber, red, white, amber, back and forth like you see here. That was not previously able to be done. Alright, so this does have a feature on here that's an auxiliary stop, tail, turn. It will allow you to have an extra warning power of a stop, tail, turn along with your standard warning lights. So you need to have your standard OEM stop, tail, turns on here as well. This was not replace that, it's addition to it. So in order to get into that, you're going to enable one of your enables. So I'm going to enable line 3, enable 3. You're going to need to enable your cruise wire, and you're going to need to hold down your pattern select wire until it flashes twice. Once, twice. Okay, we'll release that. So what that does is it's taking your red and automatically switching it over to the highest priority mode. It's also going to dim down that red a little bit. And then it puts your white as your next flashing and your amber as your remaining flashing. It also switches your cruise into a tail, which is a dimmer mode, and it also makes it red. In addition to that, it puts a delay after your stop or turn wire so that your flashing lights don't turn on immediately after. You have a delay in there. Okay. So if you wanted to get out of that and go back to standard mode, you're going to do the same thing pretty much. You're going to enable one of your enable wires, enable your cruise wire, and you're going to hold down your pattern select wire until it flashes 3 times this time instead of 2, and then it'll put you back into standard mode, and it'll actually program it back down to the factory defaults. So if you had messed with the pattern programming at all and you didn't know where you are, that would get you back to factory defaults as well. So I'm going to go through here how if you wanted to program these to alternate back and forth. This is how you do that. So let's say we want to have white and amber flashing on here. And I want to have this one flash opposite of this one. So I'm going to turn on my lights. First I've got, I'm going to program this one. Send. Okay, accepted it. So then I'm going to program the second one, but I'm going to change my phases to phase 2 when I hold my phone in front of this light. Okay. So I actually got to turn off my second wire there so I get this. There we go. I had 2 wires enabled. So there you got alternating white and amber between the two. Now if I go to the other one that I programmed, which was enabled 2, I've got alternating amber and red between the two of them.